The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available.
Playing football in January, a thing North Dakota State has gotten used to over the last 4 years, and now they have a chance to make history. Join us for the next hour. It's Fargo to Frisco. Good evening, everybody. We're coming to you live from the Allen Events Center. This is an East Coast Hockey League home, but for the next couple of hours, this place is home to thousands of NDSU football fans who've descended to this city for a fourth consecutive year. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dom Izzo. Welcome to Frisco, Texas. 2014 has been another dominant season for the NDSU football team, made more remarkable by the fact they graduated 23 seniors, which many consider the best team in FCS history. Over the next hour, we'll look at the key members that got the Bison back here. We'll also offer some historical perspective on this senior class that some consider the best in the history of the FCS. We'll also sprinkle in some live guests as well. It should be a fun hour. We're glad you're joining us. 2014 for NDSU began in a Big 12 town for the second straight year. But unlike last year with heroics needed at Kansas State, this season at Iowa State, no such heroics were needed. A new look NDSU football team took the field at Jack Trice Stadium in late August with plenty of questions surrounding it. How would Carson Wentz perform in his first collegiate start? How would 4 new starters on the offensive line gel together? How would the Bison handle the Cyclones' talented offensive weapons? The answers early on were not pleasant for Bison fans. Iowa State quarterback Sam Richardson picked apart the NDSU defense as the Cyclones drove right down the field, capped off by an Aaron Wimberly 16-yard touchdown and a 7-0 ISU lead. Wentz took the field for the first time as a starter after that and showed some poise, completing 2 third-down passes to pick up first downs, but NDSU was forced to punt. Iowa State expanded its lead to 14-0 less than a minute into the second quarter when Richardson hit Alan Lazard on a 48-yard pass down to the Bison 3, which was capped off by Wimberly's second touchdown run, and NDSU was reeling down 2 scores. The Bison players didn't panic, though, because on the next offensive play, NDSU got back in the game when senior John Crockett burst through a hole and went untouched 80 yards and stole the momentum right back from ISU and trailed 14-7. The NDSU defense stiffened up as well, forcing 2 straight 3-and-outs, and the Bison took advantage as Wentz hit Zach Vrod a 44-yard bomb down to the Cyclone 1, which was capped off by Crockett's second touchdown of the game, and all of a sudden, the game was tied up at 14. The Cyclone offense was driving right before the half, but the opportunistic NDSU defense showed up. Travis Beck tipped a Richardson pass right to the waiting arms of Christian Dudzik, who has never missed a game during his Bison career. He returned the interception 28 yards. That set up an Adam Keller field goal, and after trailing 14-0, The Bison went to halftime up 17-14. The second half was a show of force for the Bison on offense and defense. The offense continued to wear down the Cyclone defensive line, and Wentz continued to show why Chris Kleiman thought there'd be no drop-off from Brock Jensen, leaping his way to first downs. Iowa State was limited to 2 first downs in the quarter, as Kyle Emanuel had one of 2 Bison sacks, and after another Crockett touchdown, his third of the game, NDSU is in control, up 27-14. The fourth quarter was proof of NDSU's fitness as Iowa State players went down cramping and the Bison got stronger. A point hammered home on Moorhead natives Chase Morlock's 66-yard touchdown run with several Bison offensive linemen leading the way. The domination was complete with NDSU rattling off 34 straight points in a 34-14 win. A 5th straight over an FBS opponent, and for Chris Kleiman, an Iowa native, in his first game as head coach, it could not have been any sweeter.
It's one game, it's one win, it's a great win. I'm excited for the guys, I'm excited for our program, I'm excited for Bison Nation and the alums to be able to get that win over a Big 12 team, but we've got to keep moving forward. It's just one game, and our kids are grounded.
The changing factor was when our quarterback he was in front of everybody. He said, it was 14-0. We got to battle adversity. It's going to be okay. Take your time. Let's go out. Let's do what we do.
Once we get that offense rolling, as a defense, we just kind of sit there and go, okay, now it's our turn. All we can do, regardless of what the score is just go out there and try and get a stop and get the ball back to our offense. And obviously, you can see what they can do with the ball.
We look forward to these games, years in advance. We try not to because we take it game by game, but there's definitely in the back of our head. Last year we were thinking about Kansas State the entire year. This whole offseason we were thinking of Iowa State, and we prepare for them all fall camp.
It's my pleasure to welcome in Jeff Kolpak from the Forum of Fargo Moorhead, who's covered the Bison for a long, long time. My compatriot on the Bison media blog. Nobody saw that coming, not even us at Iowa State. How dominant, how surprising a performance was that to you?
Well, it was really shocking, Dom. I mean, you're talking about a team that had a new head coach, a new quarterback. I mean, there's so much new to this team and it did go so well right away. Remember, there was legal procedures. It was disorganized. They had to delay a game.
False starts.
Everything was just not going well. But I think we learned a lot about that team in retrospect. I don't think we knew it at the time, but when you look back at it, that coaching staff did a pretty good job at halftime. I thought they really found some poise in that team. Yeah. I thought Carson Wentz really found some poise.
We also saw some defensive standouts as well. Nate Tangway, he started off the game with a huge tackle for loss, and Kyle Emanuel made a statement in that game as well.
Yeah, we were wondering about Nate Tangway. Okay, how long would it take this guy to make a difference? Well, he made a difference before the game was 5 seconds old. Of course, Kyle Emanuel, what a season. That started on that big stage.
John Crockett also made a statement with 3 touchdowns in that game. But I also want to make a point. This is a 5th straight win against the FBS. They're never going to get a game against them anymore, are they?
There's no way. Would you play them?
No way.
I mean, there's no way. When you win that many games and the way they won it. I mean, they scored 34 unanswered points on a Big 12 team. That's really crazy.
Jeff will rejoin us later in the show to give us some perspective on the game with Illinois State coming up later. When Fargo to Frisco returns, though, College GameDay makes another return trip to Fargo. That's next as we continue live from Frisco.
WDAY.com. Our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible.
Welcome back to the Allen Events Center, live here on Fargo to Frisco. NDSU's season opening round of Iowa State grabbed national headlines all over the country, and then NDSU got a little bit of added pressure. College GameDay producer Lee Fitting tweeted out that if the Bison beat Weber State in the second game of the season, GameDay will return for a second straight year. Now, as the game got going, though, NDSU struggled in this one early on. Carson Wentz threw 2 first-half interceptions. The Bison, though, they only led 14-7 at the break. The defense was really the star of this game so far. The biggest difference, after Kyle Emanuel sacked Weber State quarterback Billy White, Carlton Littlejohn picked up a fumble recovery for a touchdown. NDSU pulled away in the second half for a 24-7 victory, and Fitting told me he was nervous watching the game.
I don't think in my 11 years of producing a show I've ever done that. And the only reason I did do it is because I was so confident that they'd win. But when the score was 7-7 there for a while, they had me holding my breath for a quarter or two. I keep getting that question: why go back? This isn't a novelty and it's not a cute story. People keep equating it to that, and I keep getting those questions. But when you're a 3-time defending national champion and you've won, 26 in a row, and you're dominating FBS opponents, you're a big part of the college football landscape, and that's why we're coming back.
Haven't even coached a home game myself, and now all of a sudden game day's coming. So I didn't even. It's great for our community. It's great for our university. I'm excited for our players. What a neat thing, again, to have them come back. Shows you how much Fargo and Moorhead meant to ESPN and Game Day. We're excited about it.
Wow. Twice in 2 years. I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. I remember I watched Game Day growing up all the time, went to it once in Lincoln.
So with Game Day returning now after NDSU's win, that meant NDSU became the first FCS school to host the show twice. But it also meant they would be returning to downtown Broadway, which meant more planning because there was nearly double the people that were going to fill downtown. For the people that were worried that the College Game Day sequel wouldn't be as good as the original, the Bison faithful disproved that, filling up Broadway even before the sun rose, giving ESPN and the nation a glimpse at this football hotbed.
Come with us now, back down the road to Fargo, because the mighty Bison just keep rolling.
This is awesome, unbelievable. Exceeded all of our high expectations. The scene, the energy, the enthusiasm, the pictures. It was better than the first time, which I never would have imagined.
Growing up, I just think about watching these guys every Saturday morning, as a kid, and to be able to join them on set today is a blessing. It was very fun to be able to represent my school. It was an honor, and I had a blast. Yeah, it's a different perspective this year. I'd be preparing for the game last year and don't get to experience all this, so it's very fun to come down here and see the craziness and the actual setting, and I'm glad I got to experience it.
Makes it fun. It just makes it easy for us. You have great pictures and great energy, and the guys feed off it. It's only a positive, and I'm looking forward to coming back here as often as we can.
Last year, the big reveal was Lee Corso with a live Bison. His namesake returned, albeit a bit bigger, and with some transportation.
Where are we going? Fargo Dome? Give me that head.
He's gained, 400 or 500 pounds?
The show was another home run for ESPN. By the way, we're hearing Corso the Bison will be here in Frisco. But before game day left Fargo, ESPN analyst Kirk Herbstreit gave us a look into the Bison future.
It's just an honor to come back here to Fargo to bring game day here. But I'll give you a bonus pick that they've won 3 straight national championships after this year. I think it's going to be 4 straight national championships.
That's a good call.
I like how you worked.
That's a good call.
You worked the
When Fargo to Frisco returns, we'll introduce you to 2 of NDSU's freshmen that have known each other since they were in grade school. That's when Fargo to Frisco returns live right after this.
Our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside.
Welcome back live, everybody, to Fargo to Frisco here at the Allen Event Center. You've heard of high school teammates going to college probably all the time. But how about guys that have known each other since they were in grade school? NDSU is a pair of true freshmen that are doing that and could be outstanding football players. Let's introduce you to RJ Urzendowski and Easton Stick.
Playing together since we were little kids, it's a special relationship. We can read each other a little bit better, I think, is the best way to put it.
We first met when we were 7 or 8 years old. We played baseball and basketball together growing up, and we never got to play football together because we went to different grade schools.
The two finally got on the football field together at Creighton Prep in Omaha, which meant a position change for RJ.
In grade school, we both actually played quarterback. I ran the triple option, so I didn't have to do much throwing, but you know, in high school, going to the same high school, I knew I wasn't going to be quarterback in high school, so I switched over to receiver and kind of worked out for both of us, I think.
Worked out is an understatement. Stick and Urzendowski put up staggering numbers over the last 2 years, enough to attract scholarship offers from around the country, including NDSU.
We're just excited we got both of them. You know, Easton and RJ, both of them came to camp. Easton lit it up at our camp, did an unbelievable job, and that was shown throughout the season how he played. RJ, I was trying to line guys up against him in camp, and nobody could cover him.
Urzendowski made his decision to come to NDSU last September and says he didn't pressure Stick at all about joining him here in Fargo. As for the two families, they were hoping the two high school standouts would converge again, 422 miles to the north, here in Fargo.
Selfishly, I wanted him to come. I know what a tremendous quarterback he is, and I knew it would be fun, you know, extending the time we've had with the Sticks for 4 or 5 more years. It's awesome that they're both playing together.
Urzendowski has had an immediate impact. He's played in every game, scoring 2 touchdowns, while Stick is redshirting, biding his time on the sidelines.
It's tough, but there are 25, 30 other freshmen doing the same thing, and I know that's part of it, and I'm not surprised that he's playing. I've been with him for a long time, and I know how he works.
As for the 2 families who are again following their sons, this is their life.
It's our situation, so I can't compare it to others, but we think it's unique, and we're loving every minute of it. We've been to every game, and just can't wait to see how it plays out.
For these boys to go through this experience together, and then for us to be fortunate enough as parents to go through this, it's really special.
Without Urzendowski, the Bison would not be in Frisco for a 4th straight year. He caught the game-winning touchdown pass from Carson Wentz with 54 seconds to go to beat South Dakota State. Now, Urzendowski is not the only freshman contributing. There are several other guys in their first year playing for NDSU that have stood out. Jody Norstead takes a look at the other members of this excellent Bison freshman class.
For the last 3 years, this visual has been NDSU's recruiting pitch.
I watched the 2012 one. Yeah, and it was like, wow, that's awesome.
But building a program isn't about getting players to like your school. It's about getting the most out of those players once they step on campus.
Last year's class was exceptional, and this year's class, I think, can be just as good.
The impact of those freshmen began right here on these practice fields, where it's more grind than glamour.
It really just shows that all the hard work and dedication can really pay off. Just a redshirt freshman going out there, and I'm not the biggest guy, but I can hold my ground out there.
Holding their ground is an understatement. R.J. Urzendowski has caught 5 touchdown passes. Nate Tangway and Greg Menard have combined for 5 sacks, while Trey Dempsey has piled up 42 tackles and a huge interception in the playoffs.
Last year, I was a part of the team, but I felt like I wasn't. I was, but I wasn't because I wasn't really on the field. But this year, I'm a major part of the team, and I feel like I can do big things in this game to help our team.
I definitely watched last year, and it's kind of been thinking just 1 year later I'm on that field, so it's a little weird. With every team, you're going to have some new guys that's going to have to step in and fill roles, and that's just kind of what some of us young guys have had to do.
It's an amazing feeling. It's really weird to be coming back, to be honest, because last year, as a redshirt, just kind of like taking it all and having fun with it. But now it's business. It's like we're trying to get that national title. It's a 1-0. We're trying to get this one for the team. It's it's just different, and I'm really excited to play on that field.
And finish the way every other freshman class has finished the last 3 years for the Bison, with a title. Reporting for Fargo to Frisco, I'm Jody Norstead.
To compare to NDSU's first title team in 2011, only 4 redshirt freshmen played on that squad. As Fargo to Frisco rolls on, NDSU has experienced something that hasn't happened in over 2 years. That continues next, live on Fargo to Frisco, right after this.
By television, WDAY 970 radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fargo to Frisco. We're live here in Allen, Texas. If there was one game outside of Iowa State that was circled on Bison fans' calendars, it was the November 8th trip to Cedar Falls and the yearly matchup with Northern Iowa. The Panthers had staggered out of the gates to a 3-4 start, but they had won 3 in a row when the Bison came calling without a loss in the last 2 years. NDSU's second trip to the state of Iowa was likely more anticipated than the first, as the Bison returned to the Unidome, carrying an FCS record 33-game winning streak to Cedar Falls, not to mention 22 wins in a row on the road. The game had a little more meaning for Chris Kleiman, who's a UNI alum and coached at the school for several years. UNI came into the game eager to snap a 3-game losing skid to NDSU. The two teams traded punches in the first quarter with no one able to score, each of the defenses showing their strengths. It was the Bison that got the first break. After a roughing the punter call, Kyle Emanuel forced a fumble on Breon Carnes that Brian Schatz recovered at the Panther 34. NDSU moved down to the 10-yard line, but the momentum switched when Carson Wentz's pass was tipped into the hands of Tim Kilfoy, who took off down the sidelines, returning the interception all the way to midfield. The Panthers did not waste any time, as 3 plays later, Carnes galloped in to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead into the halftime locker room. The Bison got the ball to start the second half, but turned the ball over again. Darius Anderson fumbled, UNI recovered, and added 3 more points for a 10-0 lead. Unlike the Iowa State game, though, NDSU couldn't jumpstart any momentum, as the Panther defensive line thwarted any big runs from John Crockett. Even after a great punt return set NDSU up inside the UNI 12, the Bison could not score a touchdown and had to settle for 3 points. Just as soon as NDSU thought they were back in the game, the Panthers stole the momentum right back, as Chad Owens returned the kickoff 56 yards to Bison territory. That set up another UNI field goal, and the lead expanded to 13-3. NDSU's offense had its worst game in nearly 5 years, limited to just 175 total yards, with just 43 of those on the ground. The Bison defense held a majority of the way, but finally gave out, allowing a Darian Miller 30-yard touchdown, and for the first time in 751 days, the Bison lost a football game, 23-3.
Definitely a feeling we don't want to feel again. I thought Coach Kleiman gave us a great speech, talked about moving on, not letting this thing beat us more than 1 week. So that's exactly what we'll do.
Coach said that's probably a heavy burden that we probably didn't really want anymore. It's a great streak, it's over, and we're moving on.
I'm sure they're hurting a little bit, and I said, hey, we got beat today, but come Monday, make sure that nobody's pointing any fingers, and I don't see that happening. We've got such great team chemistry. We've got such great kids that, I just hurt for those guys, and, there's a big burden on those guys. I mean, shoot, that's been 30-some games.
The Northern Iowa game was one of the rare bad games for John Crockett. The senior running back has had a stellar final season for the Bison. It's been quite the ride for the Minneapolis kid, who had to sit out 2 years just to get his grades up to be eligible to play.
I knew it was in my hands. I knew if I wanted to be a part of this, I had to go through any obstacle that was in my way, and that's something that I like to be. I like to be a guy that, takes those problems on head on. When people say, this NDSU team is different than everyone in the past, darn right it is, but at the end of the day, we still have that same hunger, that same desire, and that same will to want to win.
You've mentioned to me several times about
last year was last year, and this is this year's team, the 2014 team. Was this something where you went in even during spring football to assume more of a leadership role, or that you inherit that?
We lost great players all over the board. And the senior leaders on this team knew that it was going to take a great deal of focus, confidence, and poise, and resolve. And I honestly can say that, you know, we took those steps, and we took everything that we had to go through. We put a chip on our shoulder, and, you know, we're doing all right now, I guess.
What do you expect the emotion is going to be going out there for the last time? Playing in the championship game is going to be your last time playing for NDSU.
That might be one of the most toughest things I've probably ever had to go through in my life, because it's like, that's the last one. There's no more after that. That's for all the marbles. That's really when the journey here, you know, to go to state, kind of ends.
How much different is Taz, the football player, than from you, the guy that we see going to class?
They're like apples and oranges. They're different. Taz is crazy. He's all about business. He's intense. He's focused, and he has hunger. You know, John is the more personable. You know, and, I guess the jokester. You know, the big smile. You know, I don't know, but they both have the same mindset, and that's to be somebody. That's to be successful.
How is this different, the feel of the team, compared to the last two teams you've been a part of?
It's not that we want to win. It's not that we're trying to win. We honestly feel like we have to win. And it's not about what everybody else thinks. And we got to do it for these people. We got to do it for that. No, it's that we have to do it for ourselves, because we put so much work and we've been through so much throughout our careers and so much this season to get to this point. To get to this point right here, the ultimate level of success, the one where you put your number one finger up. And fail? I don't like those odds.
If there's one thing missing on Crockett's resume, it's a 100-yard performance in the title game. If he does it tomorrow, it'll be the 12th time in 16 games this season. When Fargo to Frisco returns, a story about one Bison fan who's been waiting to get to a championship game for his entire life. That's next, live on Fargo to Frisco.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates, because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather...
Welcome back to Fargo to Frisco, live at the Allen Event Center. Our news team has been down here all week. Aaron Berner joins me. Aaron, with a really interesting story about a Bison fan who never thought he'd see a title game in person.
Yeah, Dom, 61-year-old Lyle Ness was told 11 years ago to get his affairs in order after doctors found a tumor on his brain. Now he's in Frisco, going to a big game tomorrow with family and friends who are making this all possible.
That's the Bison game. That's the best thing about it.
Lyle Ness gets out of the car in front of Toyota Stadium. It's his first time there. The NDSU grad says he's always wanted to make it to one of the championship games.
Could have been here last year and the year before and the year before that, but didn't make it.
So his 4 kids, who also went to NDSU, decided to surprise him with the trip and tickets to the game.
Well, we're going to be up there someplace.
One of his sons, Todd Good, says the games have always been a sort of family tradition.
Dad's been a huge Bison fan since I was this high, and remember he always brought me to the games before I could drive there myself.
But there was a time when it looked like there might not be any more Bison games in Lyle's future.
It's been a hard time, last 11 years with and cancer.
After doctors discovered a tumor in his brain in 2004, Ness was told he didn't have much time left. But 9 years later, in 2013, he went into remission.
Cancerous brain tumor that couldn't be removed, and he shrunk it down, and here we are. Frisco, Texas, watching the Bison. Doesn't get any better.
A game that means much more than cheering on the team. For Lyle's family, it's another item off his bucket list and a celebration of his health.
Typical survival rate is less than a year. So we didn't have very favorable outlook when we left, and you know, shoot, now Dad's still here, doing very well.
Ness says he's also taking a trip to Norway this summer, another item off his list.
Some great stuff there. A lot of guys who never get a chance, and he never thought he would. Great stuff on that. When Fargo to Frisco returns, we'll profile one Bison football player who juggles playing, school, and a unique job. That's next, live from Texas.
Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports.
Welcome back live to Fargo to Frisco here in Allen, Texas. You hear all the time that Division I college football is a full-time job. Jedry Sear defies that description. Sear is not only juggling playing football, going to school, and also works at a job that defines hard work.
Get done with a football game, and most people are tired. They go to bed or rest, and I go right back to work.
Work for Jedry Sear isn't in fast food or on campus. For him, it's hopping in one of his dad's Bison-colored tractor trailers in Glendon and driving all over the Midwest, hauling cattle.
My dad's done so much for me that I want to help him out in any way that I can. I'm getting paid to do it, but some of it, there's a few things that I just do out of me doing them for my dad just because he's helped me.
This is the family business for Sear, who says he first went with his dad when he was 2 years old.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've kind of been interested in it, and I've always gone with my dad in the truck. I always went to Chicago every Sunday. He used to go.
Football was almost an afterthought for Sear, who played on the offensive line at DGF and decided to walk on to the Bison. After waiting 2 years, he's starting at fullback, creating holes for John Crockett. He even caught his first pass.
I never thought that this would happen when I was in high school as a senior. I mean, wasn't really highly recruited.
With Sear's time shrinking even more, it meant less time to help out with the business. But his dad said he was not worried about any drop-off.
He had less time to be here, but any time that he had free time, he was here. Yeah, never have to worry about him. He's a worker.
Not only is he going to school full-time, he's playing Division I football, he's also working. And I mean, you don't hear this often.
No. There ain't too many kids around there like him.
You'll see him after a game real quick, and then he's hopping in the truck and usually going to Canada or Minnesota, wherever he's going. It's kind of crazy if you think about it, because he won't get to sleep until maybe early morning. Once he reaches his destination, then he's not back till late Sunday night. And I'm like, where have you been all day? It's something he enjoys, which I don't understand how you could enjoy that, but he definitely does.
It's something as a coach, you wish the player didn't have to do, but you understand, how dedicated he is to whatever he does.
That's how my parents brought me up. Don't be sitting around on your bum playing video games. I never really played very many video games. I just always working.
So is he a better blocker or is he a better driver for you?
I think he's both.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good driver. He adapts well. Yeah, you don't have to worry about Jed. He adapts well.
Sear told me only about 20 to 30 guys on the team actually knows what he does on the weekends. By the way, that green and gold cab, it's not in Frisco, but it's the most popular truck in the Fargo Dome tailgating lot. On to tomorrow now, and let's look at Illinois State, NDSU's opponent in the championship game. The Redbirds were preseason picked 6th in the Missouri Valley. But thanks to an FBS transfer at quarterback and a record-setting season at running back for Marshawn Coppridge, the Redbirds are ready to spoil the Bison party.
We were recruiting Marshawn's cousin, actually, and he ended up going to Cal, which is, we're not going to be a Pac-12 school very often, so he ended up going to Cal. And by the way, hey, I got a cousin. We've all heard that before. Yeah, I bet he's not very good, and found out he's pretty good.
Pretty good is an understatement. Coppridge has run over everyone this year, racking up nearly 2,200 yards and 27 touchdowns, and leading the Redbirds to a share of the Valley Championship.
Me just being unnoticed and people just overlooking me, it just means a lot. It just makes me just want to work harder and just try to be the best running back. I just want to be the best running back in the nation, period. I just want people to know about me, know who I am, know who Illinois State is as a unit. I mean, we all work hard for this.
He has that ability to take the ball with one carry and score a touchdown, and that takes a lot of pressure off us offensively. All we have to do is just do our job, and we know he'll come out and do his job.
His job gets even tougher Saturday, facing a Bison defense that feasts on stopping elite running backs.
I play in DSU and they're a great defense. I'm playing my same style I've been playing all year, and then as the game goes on, I'm just going to get better.
The countdown is going on behind us as Jeff Kolpak rejoins me. Illinois State's run to the FCS Championship. They beat Eastern Washington and New Hampshire to get here. What a season it's been for them.
You could wrap up Illinois State, I think, in 2 words. Trey Roberson. Yeah. You have to have a good quarterback to get this far. I mean, look at Brock Jensen, what he did for 3 years. Carson Wentz has been fantastic. And Trey Roberson, I think, is the guy that really makes this team go. He's elusive. He's a good thrower. He's completed almost 60% of his passes, and he can run. And he's going to be a tough matchup for NDSU.
I was about to say, this might be the toughest opponent for NDSU in the 4 previous championship games. I really believe that.
Well, if they're going to bring this noise like they do tomorrow, it's going to be a tough work. Yeah, but you're right. Illinois State, I think, has the defense to get the job done.
Boy, they're roaring inside here in the Allen Event Center. When Fargo to Frisco returns, we'll have a look at a historic senior class, ready to add one last chapter to what's been a fascinating book. That's as Fargo to Frisco continues, live from the Allen Event Center.
Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fargo to Frisco. We're live here at the Allen Event Center. 16 seniors will dress for the final time tomorrow for NDSU. They've compiled a 57-3 record over the last 4 years. They have a chance to have more national championships than losses.
Interviewed me about 2 or 3 years ago and said, you know, what can this class do? And I said, I think we can do some special things, you know, after one national championship. And, you know, it's just been an incredible journey with these guys. You know, I've become best friends with a lot of them, and, you know, just the bond that we've had through our work and everything that we've done, it's just been, it's amazing.
Amazing is one way to describe it. Dudzik has started every game he's played, 60. Kyle Emanuel has never missed a game either. They are part of a class that has won at Minnesota, Colorado State, Kansas State, and Iowa State. And they've only known championships.
I've talked about it with some of the other seniors, and just I remember our visits coming in and talking with the other guys and just setting high goals, but we never envisioned something like this, so it'll hit us later down the road.
I feel like I came in with this class. You know, I was the first kid I met was Christian when Coach brought me in and had me talk to some of the defensive backs.
I remember being recruited, and I went down to SDSU, and they said at that time they had about 2 or 3 commitments, and NDSU at the time had about 18. And so I started looking into it and studying each guy, and it just seemed like we had a lot of talent. And so, you know, I went to the state title my senior year, and I wanted to continue that championship tradition, and I think we have here.
When I was, kind of first getting here, and we had guys like Travis Beck and Little John out there playing linebacker as freshmen that didn't have a clue what was going on, but you saw those kids run around, and you saw Kyle run around, and you just said, look at these kids, if they just keep developing, if they keep learning, I mean, they're going to be really, really special, and they're going to be great football players, and we're going to have a great team because of that.
I'm in the position I'm in because of those seniors, and all the guys obviously before them that were seniors, but this class especially has been a group that has kind of put me in the position I'm in.
Dudzik will play in his 61st consecutive game tomorrow. He's never missed one. He'll be one short of the FCS record, which is 62. I'm pleased to be joined by two Bison senior parents, Everett Gebhardt and Doyle Hardy, joined me on the set. Everett, your son Trevor came here in 2011. He's playing in his 7th consecutive championship game tomorrow. What have the last 4 years been like?
Oh, unbelievable. When Craig Ball talked to us and said they'll play for a national championship, hard to believe it's 4. It's been an unbelievable run.
Doyle, your son Mike, both of you guys from Sioux Falls. North Dakota State really wasn't huge in South Dakota for a while, but your two sons really started a pioneering trend for South Dakota kids to come to Fargo, didn't they?
We think so. I mean, it was a blessing to have the coaches come down there and talk to our kids. And obviously the success that the kids have had has made it more attractive to go up there and play for the Bison as well.
I've talked to you guys several times. You guys have become a fraternity yourself with among the parents. Describe that, how that got started way back when. It seems like eons ago in 2010.
Yeah, back when they were redshirting, most of them. We got together as parents and got our own group together, and I don't know how many miles and dollars and stuff we spent, but it's been well worth it. I couldn't have imagined what it turned out to be. It's unbelievable.
This scene behind you, you've been to a lot of these games, you've traveled to a lot of places. This here tonight is impressive.
Oh, it is very impressive. Thank goodness it's indoors tonight because the weather is a little chilly outdoors. But every year it just keeps seeming to get bigger, better, more enthusiasm. It's a fantastic experience.
How much, when you were talking with Mike Hardy, your son who's going to be playing in the championship game tomorrow, describe the experience it's been like for him and you going along for the ride. What has that been like?
Well, I've always told him thank you so much because he's doing all the work and we get to go along for the fun. But, you know, he's enjoyed it. He's enjoyed it. The camaraderie that those players have put together on this team, that's a lifetime. And we've just been fortunate that as parents, we've gotten along so well that we have new friends, and the camaraderie we will have will go for a lifetime as well. So we're very blessed.
That stat I mentioned, they may have a chance for more championships than losses if they win tomorrow. What goes through your mind when I say that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you would never imagine that would happen, but here they are. Wow.
Your son had some unbelievable stats in high school. He's been more of a blocking. He had some huge receptions, though, this season. What has his experience been like? Because I know the numbers probably aren't what he hoped for.
No, they're not. But Trevor takes very good pride in being that blocker or whatever, and I think that's a success that this team has had because everybody just does their part.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Enjoy the game tomorrow, okay?
Thank you much, Tom.
Everett Gebhardt and Doyle Hardy. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. We'll get our predictions on the game. Jeff Kolpak and Eric Peterson will join me. That's as Fargo to Frisco rolls on live from the Allen Event Center.
Your team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment.
The reason people are crashing is because they're driving too fast.
Stay safe this winter with Storm Tracker updates because it's cold outside. Winter is the season of helping those in need to stay fed and to stay warm.
More than 300 coats will be given away to children in need in this community.
And it's about having fun. On the slopes, on the ice, anywhere really. Get the most out of your winter with WDAY, your winter weather leader. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather for you. You can find us no matter what your device. WDAY Television, WDAY 970 Radio, WDAY.com, or the Yourcast app. You'll know what to expect from Mother Nature when you follow the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Thanks for watching WDAY 6 News on WDAY.com, your complete source for news, weather, and sports.
Welcome back, everybody, live to Fargo to Frisco here at the Allen Event Center. We saved the best part of the show for last. My Bison Media blog partners join me, Jeff Kolpak and the one and only Eric Peterson. We call him Fargo Big E. No props, though, on tonight's show. Gentlemen, we are finally ready to talk about the football game tomorrow with NDSU and Illinois State. Brock Spack, the Illinois State head coach, said he hoped and wanted this matchup. Jeff, why do you think he said that? I think it's just because these two teams are so similar.
Well, I think it goes back to the South Dakota State game. That's when Illinois State absolutely crushed them.
Yeah.
And that South Dakota State's a physical team. And if you can match up to a team like that, then perhaps you can match up to the Bison. And we'll find out tomorrow, of course. But it's really been a remarkable run for Illinois State.
Big E, let's talk about the Redbirds. They're led by a dynamic quarterback that Jeff mentioned earlier in Trey Roberson, and it's a college transfer from Indiana.
Well, you talk about Brock Spack wanting the Bison. Trey Roberson said at the media day, to beat the champs, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. So I think they wanted to win a national championship through NDSU, the three-time national champion. But Trey Roberson brings a dual threat to the table that the Bison may have not seen in the way he can pass and run the ball.
Let's talk about the experience factor in this game, Jeffrey. The Bison obviously have 16 seniors. We just talked about them. They have only 3 losses over the last 4 years. How big a factor will that be in tomorrow's game, considering Illinois State's going to go through this for the first time?
I go back to that stat that you said, Long. If they win tomorrow, they'll have more titles than losses, which is really amazing. But I don't know, how do you stop them? You have to be assignment sound like you have all year. NDSU's second in the country in scoring defense. They've been so good at that stat for the last 4 years. And that's really going to be the key. You talk about championships and defense, they go hand in hand.
Illinois State's defense gets overlooked, Big E, but they pick up almost better stats than NDSU this season.
Well, everyone's talking about Trey Roberson, the quarterback, Marshawn Coppish, the running back. But if Illinois State is to win this game, I think it has to be with their defense. It's going to be like middle linebacker Pat Meehan, defensive end Teddy Corrin. They have to stop that Bison running game. I think if John Crockett goes over 100 yards, maybe that 150 mark rushing, Illinois State's going to have a long day. If they can contain Crockett and control time of possession or equal NDSU's time of possession, I think Illinois is going to be in a good spot. Illinois State, that is.
All right, prediction-wise, you want to give it away for tomorrow? So what do you see tomorrow?
I see a close game. I think it's going to get to the fourth quarter again. But the team that's been here 4 times, the team that has a slightly better defense, I give them the slight edge. I see the Bison by about 4 to 5 points.
What do you think? There's 8,000 fans behind me. There's going to be, 17 at the game tomorrow? That's a home field advantage. I think being here, too, is worth like 3-4 points. Tell the team, I think the Bison by 7. Until you beat them, you got to go with the team.
That's Fargo to Frisco, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
And sports. Through WDAY.com, our news product is available to you 24 hours a day. Remember, when severe weather breaks, check us first for alerts and updates. We'll return you to the news leader, WDAY 6 News, in just a moment. On the go, anywhere, anytime. The WDAY Storm Tracker team is there with you. Winter weather can be life-threatening, so arm yourself with the best information possible. The WDAY Storm Tracker team keeps a constant eye on the weather